All right, what's going on, everybody? Lane Fobbs at Comic-Con 50th anniversary. Also the 50th anniversary of Scooby-Doo. Very appropriate right here. Jim Krieg, Jeremy Adams, a lot of the people who make the decisions behind Scooby-Doo and things like that. And just, getting into it, it's a property that's been around for a long time. How do you balance, staying true to kind of what always worked with it, but at the same time, you want to kind of add your own flavor to it?
Well, I think everybody who works on it has the things that make it absolutely Scooby for them, and they have to see those things in it. I have a long list. I'm a Scooby fundamentalist, but it doesn't mean the other versions are wrong. They're just wrong for me. And in some ways, it's, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm going to say this. It's like Shakespeare. There are a lot of different ways to do Romeo and Juliet. None of them are wrong. You can do it set in World War I. You could do it like anything with puppets. It doesn't. What matters is staying true to the characters, and Shaggy, Scooby, Fred, Velma, and Daphne, and the Mystery Machine are such iconic characters that people get them right because we all kind of know what they would do and say, I think.
Yeah, it reminds me of like an improv troupe or something. It's like, we need a location, we need a place, and you have these things, these tools to work with, and now you get to, as an artist, try to like figure out how to elicit a laugh or elicit something out of something you've seen a billion times, and it works. That's what's so crazy about it, over and over and over again.
Come on, Daphne. You know you don't care about that girly stuff. That's why we're such good friends. I'll drop you at home. I want to get started on a new trap.
Do just their personalities of the voice actors kind of play into what you guys want to do ever?
Well, usually the casting people are so good that they pick the right people. Everyone we've used always, I think, sounds right. I mean, you can watch you can go back to the DTVs from the 1990s and still go, oh yeah, that's Shaggy. Oh, and that's Shaggy too, and that's still Shaggy. Even if the nuance changes the voice, the heart of the character stays the same.
And for me, because I'm relatively new to it, more than Jim's been doing it for a long time, they know the characters better than I do. And so I had mentioned before, like somebody like Matthew Lillard, I may put one too many zoinks in a script, and he'll be like, "Nah, I'm not. That's one too many." Shaggy's quota for zoinks is done, and now I'm going to do this. And they just know. They instinctually know what their character would do. So relying on them, because animation is super collaborative, helps. It helps make everything we do better.
Gray, on the other hand, will say Jeepers as often as you ask.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And then just how fun is it to go back to Zombie Island? For me, that's one of the first animated Scooby-Doo features that I remember. How fun is it to going back now?
Here's the writer of Scooby-Doo Return to Zombie Island. How fun was it for you?
It was so fun. It was such a complicated process because we sat down and there was my friend Tim did the 13th Ghost of Scooby-Doo and Zombie Island. We were looking at like what are the final chapters or what can we bring to that, and we can never do what that one was. We're doing our own version in a way that hopefully people enjoy. It doesn't negate anything, so please don't stalk me on Twitter and yell at me. It's just, we're just doing another story that kind of intersects a little bit.
Certainly, if you could say that it rewrites parts of Scooby history, or you could say there's a Scooby multiverse where this then is also true.
Spider-Man gave us that blueprint, last year.
Yeah, no, we owe Spider-Man a lot for that. Otherwise, we would be in a lot of trouble.
In a Scooby multiverse, there's more work. So yes, the Scooby multiverse.
Just finally, with Mysteries Inc., one of my personal favorites. Yes, just how fun was that to give a serialized version of Scooby? Just add some different infighting among them. How much fun was it to work on that project?
I only worked on it a little bit. That's Mitch Watson and Tony Cervoni and Spike Brandt, and they did such an amazing job on this. It's a work of art, and unlike most Scoobies, it has a real solid beginning, middle, and end to the entire series. And they played with areas that I wouldn't dare go to with What's New Scooby-Doo. But I got to work in there a little, and it was really, it's liberating and uncomfortable at the same moment to think of them having interpersonal relationships in that way. So I would say that's a separate universe as well.
Yeah, I mean, the show that I showed my daughter one episode, and then it was nightmares because it was so scary. Yeah, it's scary. They're legitimately scared. Yeah.
With the coin.
Yeah.
Nobody's really scared of the minor 49er.
No.
And I apologize for those of you who are scared.
That's why they were in the museum. That's why that first episode they were in the museum and Velma's real bored about it. You know, just like look how unscary these are. Yeah. But thank you guys so much, man. We want to thank you all for coming out so much. 50th anniversary Scooby-Doo comes out in September. The complete series, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Lane Fobbs at Comic-Con. We'll see you next time.